Okay, hi everyone. We are so lucky. We are having a glass of wine with Shoshana Krell
Woo!
of ShoK Jewelry. And I'm sure everybody watching has a piece of Shoshana's jewelry because she has come to literally every one of our swaps and pillow talks. And she does all these shows at her home. So you've definitely seen her stuff, which is stunning and beautiful. So, Shoshana, tell us, how are you surviving the pandemic?
First of all, you're too kind. And I have been to every one of your swaps. And I've also been watching your interviews every night, which is keeping me excited to see what you guys come up with every night. Um, I'm surviving well. It definitely took a bit of adjusting in the beginning, finding a new normal. I have three kids at home, two are teenagers, getting them back, on virtual school and all that. Um, I think the hardest thing was figuring out a schedule, like making sure everybody kind of kept to a normal schedule. So I'm doing workouts outside and trying to keep some semblance of normalcy in the house. And yeah, I kind of realized right away that my business screeched to a grinding halt, that nobody was buying jewelry in a pandemic. It was probably the last thing people needed, which I totally understood. But we're doing well about a month in.
That's great. So, what have you done to change that? Because you are really online also
Yeah.
in some ways, but you've had to reach out to different demographics.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much only online. I've been running my business for about 15, 16 years. I've had to change a few times with the times. I always thought I was going to own a retail store at one point, and then I saw all the small retailers closing all their stores. I used to sell to those stores, so I kind of have had to reinvent myself a few times already. Which is great. I mean, that's just the way it is with technology and stuff. And I do mostly private appointments at home, so obviously people weren't coming over anymore. I realized that pretty quickly, and I was just trying to think of ways that I could also, help people who were kind of stuck at home. I was very sensitive to people with small children because we've all been there, and how hard it is, and to find things for them to do all the time is really challenging. So I was talking with my girlfriend, who's also a small business owner, and we were both, I think you're actually wearing her sweatshirt, and we were trying to figure out how we were going to literally reinvent ourselves for this time, and also to keep busy and just sort of figure out, new ways of reaching out to people. And she says to me, I think you should do beading kits. And I sort of I couldn't really wrap my head around it. And then I thought about it, and then I looked online and I looked some stuff up, and I had all these beads downstairs and just stuff from my years in business. And I literally that night just started putting together small kits. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'll do children kits and adult kits. And, for the children's, it can be a break for parents. And if they're adult kids, and they want a beading kit, it can be something they do together as a family with their parents. So it took me a couple weeks to figure it out, but that's kind of how it all came together, the start of the beading kits.
And what's the response been like?
Well, I think nobody was more surprised by the response than me, because it was overwhelming, to say the least. I think I'm busier than I was beforehand. It's been amazing. It's been, more than I could have ever hoped for and wished for. And the feedback's been great. People just saying, oh, and I customize the kits too. So like, people will give me their children's names. I'll put in all the letter beading for them, tell me their hobbies, things they like to do, colors. I do kits for boys. It doesn't matter. Anyone can have a beading kit. It's more the idea that they could get something dropped off on their porch within a day that's, customized for them, that's affordable, and will hopefully bring a few hours of peace and quiet to the house. So the response has been amazing, and it makes me really happy too.
Do you have to be like super crafty to be able to do them, or like?
Not at all. I mean, you know, I thought about setting up like a Zoom beading class, but really all you have to be able to do is take the stretchy string and put a bead on it, especially for the kids. Like I've dropped off kits for kids as young as 3. They might need a little more supervision because the beads are small and, you know, they're choking hazards for young kids, but really like it's kind of idiot proof. You could totally, anyone can do them, and they're fun, and it's just, you know, to be creative and spend time together and do something different, you know.
I got mine today, and there's one package that's all fun colors, and then it says there's beads that say stay home and be kind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the more sophisticated one that has stunning beads. They're really beautiful. They're all kind of emerald like colors that I love, and silver, and then some I used to do all these beads. You know, I used to work at the bead store at Grand
When you told me that, I was laughing so hard because I've been in that bead shop and I know it, and I can kind of picture you there as a teenager.
Oh my God, they would be right across from the market, right?
Yes. And they would bring these beads, like a whole tray up to me, and there'd be a big long line, and I'd be like, well, these look like 50 cents. Those look like 35. Those look like 70. And I'd really be looking at them like, do they know that I have no idea what these are?
And those beads, when you do it that way, they add up super, super fast. So this way, like I'll like put together a kit, and you can tell me like, do you want semi-precious beads? Do you want just fun ceramic beads? I mean, I've got everything. So then you don't have to like add $1 for this bead and 50 cents for this bead. You just get like an assortment, you know. Every kit is totally unique.
Do your kids think it's just nutto what you're doing? Like, tell us a little bit about, you know, mom's busy downstairs.
Well, if you saw my dining room table right now, you would realize that it's insane. It looks like an artist palette. I kind of, you know, I've been in fashion my whole life, which is about 25 years now. I've probably worked in every aspect of it. And I kind of realized I'm more of a stylist. That's the best way to describe myself, because I like putting things together. I'm actually not very good at the execution. I'm not good at the designing part. So these beading kits for me have been amazing. Like I find it super therapeutic, super fun, keeps me busy. My dining room table has probably 10,000 beads on it right now. My kids think I'm insane, but you know, it's setting a good example for them, and they need to realize that, you know, we're all adaptable, that, you know, things aren't as bad as they seem. You got to pick yourself back up when things are, you know, not looking like they're going your way, and it's okay to do that. And then you might find something that you never expected, like this. I probably will go forward with these beading kits if they're this successful, and do them, you know, always offer them. And I don't know, I think like the change is good, and you know, the gift of time, which this pandemic has given us, if we're all well and healthy, that's the most important thing. But just to have this time at home with my kids has been amazing.
Pretty neat.
And so many creative things coming out of what people are doing with time, and with having to figure out how to sell something in a different way. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys watching your interviews every night, I was logging in and, you know, checking you guys out, and everybody's kind of doing all these amazing things. Really, it's amazing what people do. You realize we're all very adaptable, actually.
What do you think your kids' silver lining will be at the end of all this?
I mean, like I said, if everyone stays healthy and well, which is the most important, I honestly think they're going to look back on this time with real fondness. I mean, I hope. I think that the family time that we've had has been amazing. I know certainly having 2 teenagers that have to stay put for a while is pretty fun, and really great to have them home and around. And I don't know, we've just been doing things, I think, as a family that we would absolutely never get a chance to do, like cooking, and, you know, and like they've been helping me with the beading kits and all these kinds of things. And, you know, they've even been helping with chores, and it's just, just like I said, like the gift of time. It's been amazing. I hope they really, really look back on it as a really interesting part of, time in their life.
Totally agree. Well, thank you so much, Shosh. It was so fun.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. You guys are the best. I really appreciate you asking me.